Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. So, what's the difference between a guitar and a fish? You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. You know, we got to throw those old ones out every now and then and keep them coming around, right? Today, we're taking a look at the 7th Citadel Season 2. Now, this is the all-in for those of you that have already have all of the first edition stuff and you went all in on the second season. Okay, this is what we got. Now, this is by Serious Pulp, and as you can see, 7th Citadel right there. Okay, we even have, right there's my 7th Continent stuff. 7th Citadel, I think, is up above it somewhere else. Oh, and I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic solo game. I love playing a multiplayer as well, but primarily I just do this one solo because it tells such a good story. Absolutely enjoy it. So, what's in Season 2? I'll tell you what, let's go down to the table. Let's open this one up, and I don't want to spoil anything, so let's see what I can show you that's on the inside. All right, folks, here we go. This is the 7th Citadel. Well, you can't really tell, can you? All right, let's do that. We got the 7th Citadel, Explore, Build. You are the hero. Hero. Okay, now this is by Serious Pulp. And like I said, this is the all-in for Season 2. Now, I'll keep showing you the box, but the thing about the box is the edges got stuff on it. The rest of the box doesn't have a whole lot. It does say this for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Does not show a time, but I do know that this one here can take longer or shorter. It just depends on how much you really get into the game. Okay, I've seen some sessions last a few hours, but not all of them. Anyways, great story. But let's open this thing up and see what's on the inside, because I'll tell you what, we're not seeing a whole lot from the outside of the box. Okay, all we know is this is supposed to be, I think, the collector's edition box or something like that. Okay, just kind of gives us that cover. And if you bookshelf it, you're going to get that 7 Citadel, and it actually shows it. It is on all the sides, all the way around. So you're good to go. Now, inside, what are we going to have? We are just going to have a bunch of stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the other thing I'm going to show you is, well, okay, I got a couple hundred sleeves. I'm not going to show you the sleeves, but we'll open this guy as well. It's the card tray that came with it. So you got like the 2 different deck trays or something like that. We'll open that bag and we'll see what's in there as well. Okay, so what do we got? We're going to get the First Garden, which is one of the campaigns. We got a dialogue book. We have, okay, and that's for your First Garden as well. So I'll tell you what, let's kind of push this off to the side. Let's put this down here. Let's see what we have to start off. Okay, so get this up here so at least you can read that a little bit. Okay, pause it if you need to. Try to hold still. Nothing on the back side. All right. Now, we are going to have a dialogue book. Okay, so it's basically going to have all your numbers on it. This, I'm guessing, is dialogue book A. Okay. But as you can see, you know, if you want to pause and really read some of this stuff, you can. But it looks like we got a glossary of stuff right there. It's not going to hurt to look at some of that. All right. And there's some of the intro ones. Okay, we don't really want to spoil that stuff. But we have the First Garden. This is your threat book. All right. Now, what are we going to get inside this threat book? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. The Curtain Rises. You know, I'll tell you what, this is really high up there. And I had to do that because of the box. We'll see if we can lower this just a little bit so you guys can see this just a little better. And I'll even zoom that in just a hair. How about that? Okay. So if you guys want to pause, you can read that if you really want to. The introduction, I'm not going to read it for you. Okay. Looks like it's going to continue. Some reminder. We got a little bit of preparation with epilogue. All right. We got conclusions A and B. We got the seed specialist introduction. So, and your conclusion. So this is just the different scenarios that we're going to be able to go through. Now, I want to say the box or the campaigns, this is like a whole bunch of hours of, hey, I don't even have half that. I'm looking at the book and I forgot I zoomed everything in. But you know what? We're showing you kind of some spoiler stuff anyways, because you're looking at some of this campaign stuff before we even got to it. Okay. All right. We'll go back. We'll flip through some of that. If you really want to look at it, okay, now you can. But yeah, basically this is just all of the different scenario stuff that you're going to be able to play. All your epilogues. Play through them all. All right. So if you really want to read all this stuff, you can read all this stuff. You know, me personally, I'm just not really paying too much attention to it. Looking at some of the pictures, if that, some conclusions, there is so much. I'll tell you what, there is so much content in this. It takes forever to play these campaigns, and that's what's so fun about them. Okay, let's get this back zoomed out so we can see what we have. Now, we're going to have some achievements. Let's do this. We can get it down a little closer. We got some achievement sheets, and it looks like we're going to have several copies of this one right here. All right, so you can try to make all of those achievements. We got some even more on the back side there, okay? And it looks like this one here is going to be identical as well. So we're going to get a couple of those. It looks like we are going to get a whole bunch of stickers. All right. Okay, so we got different crests we're going to have, little stickers of mushrooms, different things you're going to find, whatnot. Okay, that's cool. Now, what do we got here? We got our little log journals things, okay? So we got our little community, our ground shiver level, okay? Of course, this is a lot of the stuff, either production, whatever you're going to get. Now, here's your little destiny tree that you have, okay? And, of course, there is your map. Very nice. Let's see if I can kind of get that so you can take a look at that map right there. And I'm sure we're going to be stickering maybe some of that as well. We got some side quests, so you can mark that you got the side quest done. All right, and there you go, your action icons, actions, consequences of actions, and your creature's traits. So it looks like they're going to give us a couple of those. That way you can kind of replay through those as well. Now, Season 1 upgrade pack. This is one of the things I was really like that they did, is I can go through my Season 1, and if I want to replay it, or whatever, I can actually now just go update all my stuff. I really like it when companies do this. You know, they come out with a Season 2 or an expansion. Man, give us all the upgraded components. You know, or if anything, give us a chance to, you know, spend a couple bucks to buy the upgraded components so we can not have our marked up stuff. All right, so it looks like we're going to get another card tray. Now, let's go and open this one up because I want to take a look at this artwork that's on this tray. We're not going to spend the time to build it. I'm sure you guys really don't want to do that. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could probably throw down a live video or something like that and build one of these, but I think this thing takes like, what, 15 seconds or so. Probably isn't going to take all that long. All right, but let's see, what do we have? So here's going to be our basic instructions. Not a whole lot to it. There's like 4 pieces to that. There's your assembly instructions right there. Okay, I got to forget, man, I got this all zoomed in. And it looks like they're going to give us like a little file. So if we have to kind of file some edges down, so that way you can kind of see some stuff a little better. But I'll tell you what, oh man, that looks really cool. So it looks like some of the, got to be careful punching this out though, because I can see the little tape, and I am not really going to take this out because I don't want this tape ripping off. I want to glue it back on. But you can kind of get an idea of just what that artwork is. Here, this one looks like it'll come off. Okay, so there's going to be that little side stand. Looks like, get an idea that, oh, this artwork on this thing is just going to look great. Those things are going to look fantastic put together. I'm excited about that. Okay, now what do we got? We're going to get looks like a little tray for some components in there. Put that back off to the side. All right, a couple in foam holders there. Now we have a whole bunch of our index dividers. Okay, so we're going to take all of our cards, of course, and we're going to put them behind the correct divider. Pretty standard for this game. Now it looks like this one kind of flipped upside down. So we're going to have 3 of these little trays are going to sit in there, just like so. Let's turn it sideways, make it easier for you guys to see those trays. So here's the dividers, and this is going to be all of our cards. And we'll open some of these. We'll look through some of these, because I know a lot of times there's multiple numbers in there too. So you know, you never know what you're going to draw. So, but let's take a look at some of them. Give you guys an idea of what the content's going to be in this one. And I'm pretty sure by the time you finally get to them, you're not going to remember what they were. I won't. I'll guarantee you that. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the back real fast, because if I remember right, the backs of these ones had no numbers on them. Okay. We got some 1s, 2s. Okay, so there's going to be, all right, for our undiscovered areas. And then these ones are all going to be based on our different numbers. Okay, as you can see right there. Okay, so let's kind of snag a look at a couple of these ones. Take a look at them and see what you have. Got your weapon, secondary projectile. There we go. The stock bow. Very nice. Okay. And then like some of this stuff here, I don't know what it's going to pertain to. Mountain truffles. So butterfly net. That's what we're going to look for. We need to look for that kind of stuff. Yeah, gobbler. Man, you can go fight a gobbler. Man, have a turkey dinner, if that's what's that for. Okay. There we go. Partial to deliver. All right, we got Music Made Flesh. Very interesting. All right, you're queasy. Don't get queasy. All right, we'll take a look at, oh, look at that. That's kind of cool looking. Looks like we got some little dungeon stuff going on right there. All right, the Sheer Blade, the Charm of Fortune. All right, there's going to be some really cool stuff in there. Coin purse. Man, I'll tell you, and they come up with some really great ideas for this game. I love the ideas they come up with. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have some more of those as well. And these are going to be some more of these cards. So we'll look, when we look at these, we'll take a look at some of those as well. So what do we have here? Okay, so this is going to be, looks like a reflex card. So this looks like those are all the same. We're going to have this timely intervention. All right. So definitely take a look at these ones. All right, and one more. We got some different icons on there showing up. The Arcane Guidance. All right, let's just put those right there. Now, we have, of course, our different shadow ones. All right, so when you go to these locations, you're going to flip them over and you're going to be able to do some different things. And these ones you keep seeing over and over and over again. You know, you never know. It depends on how they come out. Okay. I don't even know why I got sleeves. I don't even think I've sleeved anything. Well, no, I think I've sleeved maybe these. I don't sleeve a lot of this game. There's really not need to sleeve a lot of this game. The cards that you deal with the most will be the only ones that you potentially do. All right, so let's slide that in there. Now, let's open this one right here and let's see what we have inside of here and what we can show you. And then we'll go look at those other boxes and see what other campaigns are. And the other campaigns, we're just going to take a look at them. We'll see how much of those we're going to open up to. All right, I definitely just don't want to get those mixed up. So what are we going to have? We got some more of those, and then, oh, there you go. Okay, we're going to have a whole bunch more numbers, locations is what we're going to have there. See, there's your 336. All right. Okay. And yeah, so it's just going to be, you know, a little bit more of the same. I love it when they give us some new ones of those that we can kind of get some ideas how things change up. Woo! I like it. Okay. I'm going to put those away. I don't want to spoil it too much. Spoiling it for myself is what I'm doing. All right. Now, let's see. So these are the other new ones that we saw. So we'll just take a look at those as well. I'll let you look at these. Because these we're going to shuffle in. They're eventually going to come up. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Don't get in a fight with him. He looks mean. And there you go. Okay. So that's what we're going to have for there. We'll put those down. And let's put those in there. So we keep all that separate. Now, the other stuff we're going to get the Stranded Remains. What's the Stranded Remains? Okay, this expansion is going to contain 6 Remains figures, all right, 30 cards and a mystery box. It cannot be played without, of course, the base game and the first guard. So you have to have this first guard expansion replaced. So this is something we're going to add. You're going to add to it. Okay, but you guys, I'm sorry, you guys are. I don't want to even open these until I'm ready to play them. Okay, we got the 3 Good Fellows as well. Okay, but just know this is what you're getting in this box. We got 3 ghost figures. Yeah, look at those ghost figures. Can you see those? Okay. With another 30 cards, get a spice of your adventures. Okay. Then again, you got to have this first card. Okay. All right. We have Vigor's Poem. What is this one? This is a new curse for the 7th Citadel, and it's just going to give you 30 cards. It cannot be played, of course, without the base game and the first garden expansion. You notice everything has to have that first garden expansion. So you need to get that first garden expansion played so that way you can get all this stuff in there. We got the Reversal, same thing. 30 alternative terrain and event cards are going to put new twists and everything in the game. Okay. And the last one you got is the Bookworm. All right. Which this expansion for 7th Citadel is going to contain 40 cards, 20 double cards. Oh, yeah, those double cards. I remember seeing those. Okay. Basically, you're going to spice up your adventure just like everything else, right? Okay. But these are ones that I won't even touch those until I get through this base game because I mean, that's the whole point is, I mean, you play the base game once and then you're going to add those in. It's going to kind of change some stuff up and you're going to see how different it is. Now, the nice thing about this box is it's going to give us enough room that I can get the other stuff from the other set that's kind of overflowing in that one. Okay. But otherwise, that's basically what we're getting inside this one. All right. We're going to get a couple card trays. We'll go look at that other card tray that I got and see what it looks like as well. So let's stick that in there for now. Okay. We do have, like I said, this upgrade sheet. Okay, so this upgrade sheet is basically if you have the 7th Citadel original set, you're going to get all the upgraded cards. I'm going to go through that. I'm going to get all mine upgraded and get all this stuff added to that. We got our journal sheets. We have our stickers and our achievement sheets. Okay, so that way we can get rid of those. You got your first garden threat book. You got to go through that. You got your dialogue book, which is going to be for all of that. And then, of course, there's your first garden starting page right there. Oh, and let's get that piece put back in. So that's everything that's going to come inside this main core box. Get this guy closed, and there you go. All right, I'm gonna lift this up. That was my problem. I had to lift it up a little last time. Okay, so now let's take a look at the artwork that is on this one, because this is what I'm really curious as well. Oh, I tell you, I cannot wait to get this one back to the table. It's been a while since I've played it. It's been quite a while. I think it's been a long time. Okay, we're gonna get another one of these boards, probably to file off the little pieces that you need to get them to fit good. Okay, all right, and there's what your instructions are gonna look like. And just to give you an idea of what this is gonna look like, okay, there's the artwork that you're gonna see, okay, on the sides. All right, and then we're gonna, of course, have the back and the bottom. All right, because this is the cool thing about this one. This is the double deck one. So we have a double deck one, we have a single deck one, and I think there's even another one in this season 1 that I have, okay, as well. But assembled, this isn't going to fit in the box, so I'm going to have to find a place to store these. That was the only thing I don't like about them, is they don't really fit in the box. If they do fit in the box, you guys are going to have to let me know, because, well, I want to put it in the box. I might find a way. All right, but otherwise, there you go, folks. That is, let's flip this up. That is the 7th Citadel by Serious Pulp. Now, like I said, season 2, absolutely phenomenal game. You know, and if you went into it as well, look at that, another 200 sleeves. Okay, same ones I got from the previous, worked great. But that's it. All right, let's head up top and let's close this out. All right, folks, there you go. That is the 7th Citadel season 2. What you're going to get in it. Like I said, the expansion boxes, other than, you know, the main quests that we're going to get in there, I'm not going to open those up, because personally, I'm not going to open those up until I'm ready to play them as well. And it's just kind of keep me from going through and figuring out what's there. I'm going to go through that entire campaign before I open those in. I'm going to start adding them to them, and we're going to see how it changes up my game. That's just kind of how I play them. But it gives you an idea of what's in there. Okay, it's just a little more of the same kind of stuff that they do, but their campaigns and their stories are phenomenal. I absolutely love their stories. You know, and if you want to look one more time, there you go. In case you forgot, 7th Citadel, baby. Oh, right on. Okay. Kind of be nice if they actually had it on the front. You know what? I can do that. There we go. 7th Citadel, just like that. All right. Well, I can't wait to get this one played, get this one back to the table. Absolutely fun, absolutely phenomenal game. And I did forget to mention that this is the original design by Ludwig Rudi and Bruno Sauter. And Ludwig Rudi also does the artwork for this game as well. There you go. 7th Citadel Season 2. Oh, I cannot wait. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you to like this video on YouTube, Board Game Geek, Facebook, or even on X. Please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I'll get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, folks, if you like the videos I do here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask you to click on that subscription button and even click on the bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you like the videos I do here, I also post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers page. Over there, we'll do some unboxings, playthroughs, and reviews. I'll leave a link to Cody's channel down in the details below. So, why couldn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out, man.